as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day.
Very, very happy to welcome back to Marbella now the lovely James. Kayll, if you've never met James before, don't worry, we're going to give you a little background information to this very interesting young man who has just been named, no less, chairman of the Benahavis Art Society. Is that correct?
That's absolutely right.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I think it's a signal honour considering that I've only been down here sort of 7 years. I'm absolutely delighted.
You've only been here 7 years? Oh my gosh, it was one of these people that you're so integrated that I thought you'd been here forever.
I've been coming down for a little longer than that because my wife's mother lived here. So I'm not a stranger to I used to come down for holidays and things, but living down here is just 7 years, yeah.
And you're no stranger to art either, because this is very much in the line of where your whole life has been dedicated to the appreciation of art.
It's a busman's holiday, truthfully. I was an art dealer in London for 50 years. And
don't worry, it's okay, you can stay there.
And so, yes, I think I should fall into this role fairly easily.
Art dealing is very easy to say, but how does one appreciate an eye for art? How do you learn the value, the significance of a piece of art?
What a very difficult question. How on earth does one answer that? I suppose I was very lucky. I started as a porter at Sotheby's. And so one day I'd be handling a Rembrandt, the next day I'd be handling a piece of Paul de Lamery silver, the next day I'd be handling a posset pot by Ravenscroft. And so in the 2 years that I was a porter there, I hate to think how much value of stuff I actually went through my hands, but it sticks. And that's what gives you a grounding. Then I wanted to specialize in pictures. And so that's what I did. I went and joined a firm called Wildensteins, who are the world's biggest art dealers at that time. And, well, the rest is just sort of history. Kept on with my pictures and until my retirement.
Seems to have served you well, I have to say.
Well, I've had a very enjoyable work life. And I think anybody who can say that at the end of it is a very fortunate person.
Very fortunate. What would be your recommendations to people in the sense if you were lucky to follow your passion? I think we all come into contact with people who don't do that. Based on what you say, what advice could you give to someone who's not enjoying their work?
For heaven's sake, you've got one life, and only one. If it's not working out for you, move on. Find something else. There's always something somewhere, if you look hard enough for it. But you've only got one life, and it goes terribly quickly. I was only thinking the other day, it seems no time at all since I joined Sotheby's as a porter. Over 50 years,
and now
it's
he
just
is
gone.
Retired in Marbella and the chairman of the Benahavis Art Society. It used to have another name.
It was called NADFAS. NADFAS was, I can't remember, the National Association of Decorative Art Society. Terribly clumsy. And it's actually been 50 years now since it was founded, and so it was decided we needed a rebrand.
But was it founded here in Marbella?
No. It was founded in the Chiltern Hills, which funnily enough is where my father was a vicar, and
My father was a vicar in the Chiltern.
by some ladies some 50 years ago. And from that it has just spread worldwide. There's Australia, America, Spain obviously has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, different societies. And it's just, well, it's two things. It's one, a very good way of meeting people. You know, people, when you come down here, it's quite difficult to meet people of the, if you like, the same sort of interest. Yes. And so there's that, and also there's the educational point of view, because we bring lecturers down from London. They might be at the British Museum, they might be at the National Gallery. It's not all just sort of pictures. I mean, we had a very, very good street art. A young man who's actually studied street art. I didn't know anybody studied street art, but he did. And he was an extremely good lecturer.
You were just mentioning before that actually there's some very cool street art in Malaga. We were saying we need to go to Malaga and actually check out some of the jewels that are there.
Indeed, there's some extremely, all done by different people, but really worthwhile. And there's apparently a little tour that you can take, sort of going around the city to the various parts. They've just used the blank sides of buildings and enough blank sides of buildings in Malaga to make a good canvas of.
Definitely something to do. But let's go back to Benahavis. Benahavis, since I've been in Marbella, initially, I think, with the foreigners, started with the artistic members of our foreign community. It was very much Benahavis the place to go, and people lived there. There were artists, sculptures, very much still the case, isn't it? That there are lots of little homes where people display their art, and you even do events to highlight that.
Well, particularly in February, we have a marvellous collection of various artists, but also children. And we have a very good artist who will teach the children. And so it's a great day out, and the artists have a chance to show their work, and the children have a chance to learn. And so that's a very good way of, promoting some fun as well as art.
Do you paint or sculpt or do anything artistic in that respect?
Sadly, I can't draw a straight line. I know how it should be done, and I know when it's done right, but I can't do it myself.
So it's very nice to critique other people doing it, just don't look at me. You've been here, you said, for 7 years.
Yes.
What's it like coming to a community, as you say? It's not so easy to get involved, and yet you and Linda's somehow done a very good job. What was your key to getting into the community?
Probably Linda. She'll talk to anybody.
Even me?
Yes, no, I mean, we're sitting in a queue in Super Sol, and I suddenly find she's chatting up some man behind us. No, she talks to anybody. But seriously, I think it's what you put into it is what you get out of it. If you come down here and you sit in your little castle and expecting the world to come to you, it won't happen. You've got to go out and make an effort, meet people, and give something, and you'll get something back. It's as simple as that.
Okay, there you go. It is really quite simple. Do you think it's going to be simple as chairman of the Benahavis Art Society? What plans do you have for the coming months?
But I'll have to go over in next March to London to meet about 300 lecturers to decide which 8 we want, because we have 8 meetings per year. And anybody's welcome to come to the meetings. You don't have to be a member. And so, if you go onto our website, you'll see what the meetings are. And it's a good night out if you've never done it.
Yeah, as I say, it's a chance if you're interested in art and in culture. It's a nice way to meet like-minded people, make some friends, and hopefully raise awareness, get children involved, which is always a
I
plus.
think it's all a question of involvement and, keeping interest, because once we've retired, we've got to keep the old brain going a bit.
Yes, and that's the nice thing about Marbella, because there are a lot of people, and you can find a group of people to suit you. And this now, we have the new chairman of the Benahavis Art Society. If you'd like to get involved, do contact James and the team. I'm sure they'll be very welcome.
Indeed.
And we'll keep in touch to know how it goes and how you're settling in.
Well, that would be lovely, and maybe, if you're short of somebody, I can come and tell you about what our next lecture will be and that sort of thing over the year.
That's a deal.
Thank you.
Thank you. This next section is sponsored by Linea Directa, tailor-made expat car insurance. Together with the Road Traffic Safety Foundation of Linea Directa and Marbella Now TV, we have launched the Zero Hero Incentive. Now, what is this? Well, We have fabulous businesses who have already joined into this incentive, including the harbour here, to promote safe, responsible drinking. So if you've been drinking, we don't want you driving around the roads drunk, because it's very dangerous for yourself and of course for others. We're over 140 different nationalities now registered on the town census, and that means people have learned to drive all around the world, the English on the other side of the road, and then we all get together here and are driving along the same 27 kilometers of coastline. And those of you who then drink and take to the cars really are being very irresponsible. In order to try and promote us being more responsible, businesses, as I say, like the Harbour, Beckett's, the Playwrights, the Hard Rock Cafe, the Kempinski Bahia Hotel, Cape Hadron Mexican, the Boardwalk, Babylonia, Tibu, Portside, many businesses are now giving free soft drinks to the designated driver when they come with people who are drinking. Why? Because restaurants and bars want you to come out, they want you to have a good time, they want you to wine and dine, but they also want you to come back again, and you have to be alive to do that, and they want to help us keep ourselves safe. If you have a business who would like to be part of our Zero Hero project, please do drop us a line. And if you would like to know which businesses are taking part, please go to our website, rtvmarbellanow.com, and see who is taking part. Because let's face it, if you're going out for a nightclub, say to Tibu, and you're not drinking, why pay 15 euros for a bottle of water? If you're being the good guy, we need to support the good guys, not the people who drink are bad guys. But if you get in the car afterwards, then yes, you are. We need to be responsible. Cars are like loaded torpedoes. You need to be in your car safe, you need to wear a seatbelt, and please do not drink and drive.
Hey, hey.
And welcome again to our new program this week with the Doggy of the Week from AAA. As most of you know, my name is Lily. I represent AAA, which is a dog and animal shelter here in Marbella. Today I have with me Rex. As you can see, the most lovely dog, and it's probably American Alaskan dog. And he has come to AAA not too long ago, about 2 weeks ago, but he's been in a house for a long time, because Rex is already 12 years old. He was born in 2006. He did have an owner, but at this time the owner decided they didn't have any more time for him, so he had to come to the shelter, which of course is a tremendous shame for an old dog to be in the shelter and have his last years shared in a cage with many other dogs. So I really, really hope that Rex will find a place for his last few years. He's very healthy, he's still energetic, he is lovely with all other dogs, lovely with people, and he would be a fantastic companion with somebody who is also a little bit older. He'd be great in an apartment, he doesn't need that much space. He'd be a great companion to be with somebody who is alone or lives alone and goes out for a little walk, so once in a while, a few times a day. He doesn't need all that much, but he does need loving care, and he does need to be in a home, because being in a shelter, it's not nice for a dog. An older dog that has been in a home for all those years. As you can see, he's very quiet, he's very loving, he's just a perfect companion for somebody who loves dogs. Of course, we have many more dogs in AAA. There are a lot of puppies, again and still, that need adoption. I just like to have a bit of attention for Rex today. A lot of the other dogs are in AAA available at any time. You can look at the website, look at the names and the numbers of the dogs that you might like, and then come to AAA to see them in person and see if it clicks to fit in your family. So Rex is looking for a home, just contact us at AAA. He's a wonderful companion and a lovely dog. Yes, I love you too. Then, of course, I would like to say that we have coming up in September 2 wonderful events, fundraising events. The first one will be on the 21st of September, and it's a dance spectacle. It is in the theater of Marbella. It's only €5, and it's a lot of Oriental dance, but a mix of everything. So please go to our website to look for more details. The second event is on the 26th of September, and that will be in La Sala in Puerto Banús. It will be a wonderful evening starting at 7:30. We will have live entertainment. We will have cava and canapés, a raffle and an auction. So please come to either or both events to raise some money so that we can continue taking care of all the dogs and the cats in AAA, because we've got many. So please, if you consider Rex, give us a call or come and visit us and see him at AAA. And remember, don't shop, adopt, because the adoptable dogs are just as beautiful and just as wonderful as you get them in a store. So don't shop, but adopt, specifically at AAA. And I'll see you next week with another doggy. Thank you. Have a nice week.
Tomorrow it's Thursday, and that means the free edition of your Euro Weekly newspaper will be out and ready for you to pick up. If you do, remember to check out my column, Marbella Moments. Well, that's it for Marbella Now for this evening. Thank you to our guests, thank you to you for joining us, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other.